So the new family is like, I'm dead ass serious about that. It's
Right.
like, we gonna do shit a certain way. We gonna do shit the right way. But right is subjective.
Right.
My way, your way, and we're gonna do what works for everybody. So there is no need for any judgment. There's no need for any shame.
You can let your hair down. Tonight we gon' do something special. You can let your hair down.
Thank you so much for joining us at WWJD the Podcast.
Hey.
Yo.
This is my family, of course, but we are all a part of what I want to call the new family, where we do shit a little bit different. We're not really concerned with traditions. And, you know, you got to be a certain way to be in my family, the new family.
No question.
Okay.
Some of the things that I would like to leave behind, the number one thing I want to leave behind is judgment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment because we all going through shit. Right?
True.
Mm-hmm.
True indeed.
Everybody sees life the way they see life, and we don't know what it takes for them to see life the way they see it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that means we got to have compassion for each other and mind our business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the number one rule to be in the new family. But before we get into all of that, I want to introduce my family to the left of me. This is my left.
That's your left.
This is my right.
Yeah.
It's they right,
My
but it's your left.
y'all right. You know, we got it.
Right.
But anyway, first, no, I'm going to save you. I'm going to save her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with him because I met him first. I think, you know what? How old were we? I don't remember. I remember watching them, waiting for them every day to get off of the preschool bus. That's my first memories.
Damn.
That's my first memories,
Damn.
waiting for them to get off the preschool bus. And the bus driver was nice enough to let me get up there sometimes. I don't know why my mama ain't putting me in preschool.
Damn. What year?
You was advanced, so you had to wait until it was time to go to kindergarten. That's what it is.
What year was that? What year was
I
that?
don't know, probably like 92, 93.
Yeah. It
Damn.
was, yeah.
Born in 88, right?
I
Habanov.
was born in
You know what
88.
Habanov is?
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with Habanov? We was out there
that's about
when
92.
the doors was red. And the
Yeah.
house,
I
yeah,
always say that the doors was red.
they done changed
The doors
up
was
how-
red.
Look,
Yeah, we was out
changed
there
so
when
many
Habanov
times.
had a
Right.
pool.
Wow.
Okay. They had a pool?
Yes.
Back in the day.
So did they have certain days where you went swimming or?
Well, they shut it down because somebody drowned.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, I always
no,
heard that, but
a
I
little
never
damper.
knew. I never knew.
Wow.
But Sean, number one, I don't know your Instagram handle, but we're gonna put it on
S
there.
dot,
Y'all
S
know.
dot,
Underscore
yes.
Dot what?
_ S.75.
Okay.
Everybody was
okay.
wrong.
Right.
But anyway,
I remember the S dot.
the first friend, one of my first friends, one of my longest friends. So not only am I doing this podcast for me and it's the WWJD podcast, but I really wanted the people closer to me to be a part of this shit because who better to challenge me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know all of my ups and downs, everything that I've been through. So I just could not leave anybody behind.
Yes.
So we're going to go next to my best friend, Marissa.
Mm-hmm.
We met in hair school, and you know,
Right.
we weren't not friends at first. But no.
not.
Before she say, because I know what she about to say.
You know what I'm about to say.
I already know what she about to say. I always loved her. I always had a thing for her, even when we were distant and kind of just crossing paths at first. But it was something about her that I just wanted. So you want
You was watching me at first, like,
yeah,
like-
closely,
yeah, right,
Figuring
right.
you out.
Yeah, like,
hard.
right.
No games. So I want you to explain how the friendship started.
I feel like in the beginning, like we said, she was just watching me. So it was just like she would just sit and observe and sit, and you would do like little stance that you do and think about it. And then we was on break one day, and then we were in the break room, and she just came up to me and she was like, "Can you be my friend?" For real, I lied to you. I'm not. So I'm like, okay. And she was like, "I just want to take you under my wing," because at that time I was going through a lot, and I felt like you could see right through that.
Right.
And I was trying to like mask it and come to school like nothing was going on, but I appreciate that you saw right through that and saw the genuinity in me.
Right.
And then after that, it was just up from that. Like,
lot.
right.
It was a
We
lot, like,
for
literally
real.
From that first moment. It's like whatever you need and like really inseparable. And she's literally the only friend I made in high school.
Right.
I was in and out. And matter of fact, you probably like one of the last friends I've made. Like I don't meet everybody. Right. A long-standing friend. We got a lot of history.
But I like once you brought me in as like family and you introduced me to everyone here, it was like genuine love. It wasn't no shadiness. It was nothing like that. It just felt like, okay, I fit right in. So I appreciate that. And it's like you like my sister, period. Like
real family vibe.
Facts.
So then this nigga. Then she need to say dun dun dun.
Wow, that's crazy.
Do you want to explain? So
that's crazy.
Me and Dante know a lot of mutual people. We know a lot of people. We have a lot of people we know in common. Mm-hmm. So we've been around each other. We've been exposed, and he even used to come around with my cousin. But I always thought that was my cousin. Like that's my cousin. You know. Right. So he family either way.
Right.
So we know we just got familiar with each other with being in the same social circles or the same little gatherings or whatever. Cool nigga. Mm-hmm. So one day, this nigga texts me like, yo, how you know Horace?
Right,
Horace.
Yeah, so if you know me, Horace is like, I consider him a grandfather. A lot of us in my family consider him a grandfather. He never had kids of his own, but he had his children that he looked after. And whoever they had, those was his grandkids. So I'm one of the grandkids. And he is one of the grandkids on a whole different side of the family. Yep. So he's like, how you know Horace? I'll go through his phone, I see pictures of you in his phone, and I'm thinking to myself, like, nigga, how you know Horace? Like, you know, I got questions at this point. And then come to find out, we are cousins on both my dad's side and my mom's side.
And wow.
Both of my parents know him, and I didn't.
Yep.
Wow.
That's how much family we are. So, you know, once we figured that out, we was a big
right. Both sides.
Yeah. I was excited. Like, this nigga really my cousin. He used to call me. We used to talk. He helped me shoot my first video.
Yep.
Like, he really stepped in like family immediately.
That Jane still on iTunes.
It was a meeting.
Oh, yeah. It's yours.
Go stream.
It's yours.
But look, they hated on me because they put
the plug in, Shine.
They put a hyphen in my name.
That was so wet.
Who is Joe Dash and
that was a double.
Oh yeah.
Call customer service. I just let it ride. So people be like, I can't find. I'm like, listen,
it's the dash. It was the dash.
It was the dash. But yeah, y'all can still stream that, and it's a bop. It was a quick little 3-minute ride.
It's the
tell the people that don't know you what the name of it is.
Okay.
How you find it?
Put it out there.
Where you going with this? Where you going with?
How you find it? Like we need to know how to find it. We want to hear it. How you find it? Where you looking?
Let's get them streams.
Well, you can find it on any streaming platform. I like to focus on Apple Music. I'm just an Apple Music type of girl. I know people,
but you cannot deny Spotify.
Right. See, don't discriminate now. Don't discriminate because
distant cousins, you don't really.
No.
But you still on that platform though, so.
But I am still up there. So if y'all want to fuck with Spotify, I mean, y'all can find me anywhere. Mm-hmm. My bougie cousins on they listen to Tidal. I don't know them like that.
The upper echelon.
You the bougie cousin? You the bougie cousin?
I could be.
Okay.
I could be.
It depends.
Anyway, moving on. Oh, did you want to expand on that story? That was my take.
Nah. I mean, you pretty much hit it on the head. Yeah, you pretty much hit it right on the head. Yeah.
Right. And I love it, cousin. I've been loving you since day one. Like, you know, like he really came in like a cousin, and it was even fun to bring him into the other cousins. Like, yeah, you know this nigga our cousin.
Yeah.
And everybody really took to him.
Right.
Like,
did they already know?
No.
Like, okay.
We all had that same relationship with Horace. Mm-hmm. All of us. So it's kind of like he was the glue. Yeah. And then we lost him all together. That kind of hit everybody. Like, he was one of them elders you just felt like would be here forever.
Right.
So now that he's gone, it's like so crazy. Like he raised our parents.
But even him in his last days, he was peaceful.
He was.
Like when I couldn't tell you that I saw him, but I know.
I hated it. So he ended up dying during the pandemic, like the height of COVID. Damn near.
Right.
And we weren't allowed to really go in there, and she was working at the hospital with him in there, and it's like certain things she couldn't share.
But I couldn't share it with her. Yeah. Due to like HIPAA laws and all that, but it made me feel good that he was peaceful. Right. Like he was still Horace. Right.
Or even that you were there. Like you were a part of her
Yeah.
Which is a part of him. That's
Exactly. And then she told me after like he had passed away and what happened. I knew everything already, but I couldn't share it with her.
Right.
But when she told me, she was like, well, how was he? I was like, he was peaceful. He was fine. Like the nurses loved him. And it just was like, it was him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about him sometimes. I'm like, he done got up out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
But first of all, I might pull up because he used to call my youngest baby "Little Bit of Hair." He called Jayla grown woman and "Little Bit of Hair."
And she don't have a little bit of hair. Not now. She don't.
That's why I'm willing to pull up.
Yeah.
That's
Now that I
crazy.
think about it.
He was selective too on his
was
favorites. He had
He was
favorites.
selective even in the family. So
Right.
that's why we all got
Yeah.
that bond because it's like we was the ones.
The ones,
Yeah.
the chosen ones.
Yeah.
We
Right.
was his
Right.
babies.
Yeah.
So now I have this midget, the feisty
5'2"
one.
to be exact.
Right. I met you. I was 16, and I was working at Military Circle Mall at the time. And one of my friends, Amber, we was working there together. And you know, you just at work and you singing songs that come on the radio. It was a clothing store, so we'd be singing. You know, I can hear that she can keep a little tune, and she can hear that I can keep a tune too. So it's like we just had the idea of like becoming a group or like getting like doing some music or whatever.
Right.
So one day, my cousin, one of my first cousins, who ended up being one of our managers, he came in the store and I'm like, I want to get back in the studio because I used to do a little bit of stuff with him.
Right.
And he like, you know what? It's crazy you said it because I'm working with somebody right now. Talking about
Oh,
B.
wow.
Michelle. So we was kind of like, yeah, let's see where this goes.
And you had already met her.
No,
No.
never
Okay.
met her.
Okay. Okay.
Never
Okay.
ever met her. I was just
wow.
cool with Amber.
Okay.
And so we all scheduled like a rehearsal or something, and we learned like an acapella song, and it was a rap after that, like literally
Wow.
a rap. I think I was 16 at the time.
Yeah, y'all was
She was
16.
like 19. But this is the crazy part about this story. Just from that little bit that I told y'all, how that came about.
Right.
Within that same year, we was in big meetings with the biggest labels.
Wow.
In the office with Jay-Z and
L.A.
L.A.
Reid.
Reid. You know,
Wow.
at the same time, like
That's
They were there
perfect, though.
together.
going to their business
At the
partners'
same
homes.
time?
They were there
Yes.
sitting. Jay-Z, Ella Reid sitting there. And we performed
That's
in front of
big.
We had a meeting with
Dang.
Sylvia Rome that day.
them. Butch Lewis.
Chad Elliott. We went to Butch Lewis. So Butch Lewis, who is it? Butch Lewis, Jay-Z, L.A. Reid, Leon, and someone else. They was all business partners. in
Right.
music
Right,
back then.
Right.
So when we left the meeting with Jay-Z and L.A. Reid, we went over to Butch Lewis' house. His
So did this
personal
happen
house.
like right after?
This
It was
was the same
fast.
He was in New York. And
The
we
same
took
night.
meeting after
That night.
meeting after
Okay.
meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a bunch of different meetings. And so I say that not to brag or, but to brag a little bit.
Yeah, you gonna do that,
Right.
right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit.
I ain't bragging, but I'm bragging.
But I say
Right.
that, I say that more so to emphasize age-er moments.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Age-er moments in my life, real fast, real soon, real young.
Right,
You know?
right.
So we got to do like some of the highest shit together. We done been
106
some of
apart.
the worst things. Yes, 106 apart.
We
Like
was on
I,
106 apart numerous times.
Yeah.
several TV appearances, like really, really major things, and she's been in my life since then. And we've
Right.
had bumps in our road. You know what I'm saying? We weren't
Right.
always peaches and cream because when the group broke up and there was a whole lot of shit going on, a lot of miscommunication. And
Okay,
misunderstanding.
Destiny's Child. So y'all was Destiny's
Being young,
Child.
yeah.
Hey, that's what
But look at them now, though.
Yes,
That's
we
the
really went
beauty.
through those things.
Yeah.
But our friendship is just always been that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that like you need that in your life. You
Right,
gotta
right.
question it.
Right.
Her children are my children.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like and vice versa. So it's like that's what I mean when I say family.
Yes,
This ain't
yes,
no
yes.
bullshit. So I wanted to take
Yes.
some time and emphasize each and every single relationship, and I just appreciate y'all. So
I feel like when I first met you, it was like when I see you, I see Britt, and when I see Britt, I
Right.
see you.
Right.
I love that though, because it was always solid, no matter
Always.
the time, no matter what, and I appreciate that
Always.
because it's like it shows the genuinency of y'all friendship, like for you to last that long, like
I text her this morning. I'm like, my life is incomplete without her.
oh,
Like, and that's real. Like,
Yeah.
So sweet. That's
That's
sweet.
real.
I feel the
we've
same
always
way.
been- even
Yeah,
when we
that's
met,
sweet.
we
Yeah,
clicked.
right,
Instantly.
instantly,
Click instantly.
Yeah,
We were on the
yeah.
same
yeah,
plan. Like we were just
Right,
our
right.
levels was always like this, and it was when we when our friendship went a different way, it had nothing to do with us.
Right.
It was outside entities that
Okay.
came in and kind of, shook that up. But once we actually had a conversation and things were realized, it was like we have literally been since then. That's been,
I love it. I love
like
it.
a waste of time.
Right.
Matter of fact, we reconnected when I was in hair school.
I remember that you had did her hair at your mom's house.
Yes,
I remember that.
But she also came up to the
I
school.
did.
I do remember that. Yeah, but it was like no time went by.
That was our first time like reconnecting again. We was just getting back
and
good.
it's been like
that
locked
ever
and
since.
loaded.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, I couldn't do this without y'all. I wouldn't even have wanted to. I think this is a thing.
It's been a thing. You manifesting it now, like
Definitely.
right.
And so to emphasize the new family a little bit more for me, and this is just a personal thing for me. This is like my personal journey, and I just want my family there with me as it materializes and really coming to fruition. The new family, I lost both of my grandmas last year, like 6 months apart, and spiritually, energetically, I feel like they left me in charge on both sides.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm the richest, the oldest. You know what I'm saying? It's because I feel like I'm trusted.
Right.
And then everything that I've been through, in my personal spiritual journey, I feel like I've been, what's the word what you do with the muscle? Growing that muscle. Working and growing that muscle. And, and so the new family is like, I'm dead ass serious about that. It's like, we gonna do shit a certain way. We gonna do shit the right way. But right is subjective.
Right.
My way, your way, and we're gonna do what works for everybody. So there is no need for any judgment. There's no need for any shame. And I don't want things to get heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't therapy. But in our family, in y'all's family, we've all been through things that need to be talked about. Because you ain't the only one that's been through that. I feel like it's gonna be somebody at home watching or listening like, damn, I thought I was the only one. Because how many conversations have I had with y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I say stuff to people sometimes, like, I keep it so raw. I'll say things and they like, damn, I never would have said that.
That's true.
But that's me though. And it's like, I'm not trying to be vulgar or none of that. But it's like, you ain't the only one. It's okay. And if you want to, we can get through it together. We really all in this shit together, and we learning from each other. We're growing together. We have each other, and I personally want to extend that to everybody. I know not everybody has access to actual therapy. Not everybody has the means to get a life coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's a luxury for real, for people to even have the mental capacity to go there. Some people in straight survival mode, trying to stay above water. So now they not about to take they last little bit and spend it on self-improvement. But I want to dead the notion that you don't have nobody, because you got us. You know what I'm saying? This is the new family. So if you want to if you going through something and you want to send us a DM and see what we think about it, or what we would do about it, this is a broad group of people. Like myself, I'm a single mom. You know what I'm saying? Not that I haven't been in a long-term relationship, but that's not a part of my journey anymore. So I speak for single moms that I'm going through things that only single moms know. You get what I'm saying? You got married mom. You know what I'm saying? You got relationship mom. You got single man, no kids. You know what I'm saying? You got another dude. I don't know what this dude into half of the time.
Finances and stocks. Don't do that. He bringing shit to the table. Right. Don't undermine it. Claim it.
I'm always the wild card. That's
okay, Froggy.
But you know what I'm saying? But we here. We literally are here, and we are in this together. So don't say you don't have nobody to talk to. You do. And if you want to keep it anonymous, you know what I'm saying? Do that. Send us an email, and we're going to put all that. It's going to be listed where you can reach us, and you can definitely reach me on my personal page. This journey, for right now, I just want to be exclusively on YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want to drive everybody to one place, which is YouTube for this show, but I will be reached on Instagram only. I'm not operating on Facebook or no other page. So if you run across some shit that's not me, let me say that now.
Are we still gonna plug in everybody's contact to at least
yes,
individually?
Yeah, all of that'll be there.
I love it.
Sweet.
So yeah, the new family's a new way. So with that being said, the new family, and I'm only saying this because that's a thing. We already discussed that's a thing. But with family comes traditions, and I'm to the place where I'm not a traditional woman no more. I don't care about the things that typically people care about, and I'll be specific. Like one thing we could start right away: Thanksgiving. We don't need it. I don't know. We don't need it.
We don't need it, but
I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. I just want to eat.
What is exactly?
Man, that sounds terrible, but I do.
Give me your opinion about these holidays. Like, how do you really feel Thanksgiving? Is it really about thankfulness and family, or is it really just about food?
No,
I think it's both. Yeah. Cause it's like you're allotted to that time to know, like, you come together with the people you love. You're thankful for what they bring to your life, and you commit to that. Along with the food, I'm all the way good with the food, but I feel like you should take time out. And when Thanksgiving comes, we know that's the time to bring everybody together and be with the ones you love. Because we all have our own lives going on, and I feel like we know Thanksgiving, like, we gonna come together.
I like that. And see, here's my thing: do we really gotta wait to November to do that?
That's a good point.
You do not.
We can't add a few more new holidays.
True, but the likelihood of, like, with people in their everyday lives and things that they have going on and getting together, like Sundays used to be a thing where people get together at Sunday dinners, but life is a lot different than what it used to be. So it's like
in what ways?
It's faster. Like, it's so much more going on. Like, even it's just way more going on. Like, our kids are subjected to way more things. Like, there's sports and things, but there's other things outside of that. There's video game, and there's just so much more. I think it was a whole lot slower back then. Right. So we didn't have as much going on. So it's like Sunday dinners was a priority. Right. And I'm not gonna say that it's still not a priority. Don't get me wrong. But
it's not a priority in my house. But
there's some people, they do that, and then some people it's like maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. But when it comes to Thanksgiving, it's like that's the time where you get your family together. Even if you're not doing it monthly, that's the time where we like come together, where we break bread, we spend time together. It's a fellowship of family.
Yes.
Right. I like that. What about y'all? Because you single, you don't have kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So is yours more, is it family driven?
Or tradition?
I just want to get to the
I feel like the way I feel about it, I feel like Thanksgiving is good because I like to eat. But that's really it, though. You know what I'm saying?
So you're not emotionally tied.
Nah, not for real. Can we cuss on this podcast?
Let your shit off.
Okay.
Get your shit off.
So I feel like the family I ain't really fuck with. It bring me closer to them because I'm going over there to get a plate. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that make it fake, though.
It's a good and a bad, though.
The question is that
a
bad thing?
It's not bad.
It ain't bad because it ain't bad, but it ain't good either. It's
like
right
that
there
part.
in the middle.
This nigga too quiet for me.
It's right there in the middle.
I need to know. No. You said what you needed to say. I want to hear from Sean. How do you? No, but this is what I'm trying to. I'm really picking it apart. I'm poking holes in things. That's really my point, because I'm not a traditional woman, like I said, and I'm not sentimental about that. And also, I don't raise my kids to be that way either. I'm kind of raising them to be me.
What's that?
Like the Grinch. Like, I'm the Grinch.
Wait,
like,
what?
I think we should get rid of Christmas too.
Why?
But before we go there, I want to hear from Sean.
100%.
I honestly wouldn't say or know what I'm about to say.
Let us know what you're about to say.
As far as holidays go, because
Yeah. Oh, and I also want to dedicate this episode to Miss V, our Vera Davis. Sure. We lost her earlier this year. A big part of the new family, a prominent figure in the family. And you're not from Chesapeake. Miss V was that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From neighborhood to neighborhood, we knew and loved her, especially if you came through Crestwood. And, we gained an angel. Right. I don't even want to say we lost her.
Did that change holidays for you? Is that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because honestly,
Yeah. It's a heavy blow.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
It'll be the first
I get it.
holidays without her. So Thanksgiving and stuff would have been Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I really haven't experienced that yet because it hasn't come.
But you got us.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hard pill.
Come to the Heinz house.
Right. It makes it. It makes it different.
I mean, honestly, though, I can't even answer that question because
Right.
at this point, I mean, I really don't know how I would feel when it comes. I know it's coming,
Right.
because it just would be a first for everything I have to adjust and get used
tough.
to.
Yeah. That's tough.
I'm with you on that, Sean. You know
We
I
can
am.
kick it. But that's what I'm saying. We could change. Tradition is not the rule.
Right.
It's not the law. It's just how it's always been. And I really, really want to do shit different. Like I said, you agree with me when I said Christmas. What you agree with? What about? Yeah.
Because, and I do agree with that, but I feel like all these holidays is pagan. And I feel like not you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I mean, just think about it. Thanksgiving, we come together with family to eat, to be thankful, right?
Yeah.
But how it was originated was the you know what I'm saying? The Europeans killing the Indians. Like, that ain't even cool. And then sat down and ate with them like they was the homies.
Right.
So I feel like that's pagan. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of these holidays is pagan, man. And to kind of go a different route, like, they set all these holidays up in the cold winter months where you ain't doing a lot.
You better take.
You know what I'm saying? When you're not doing a lot. So when you're not doing a lot, you spending more money, right? That's why most of your holidays where you spend money is the seasons when it's cold. Because you're more dormant. So really from an economical standpoint, you putting more money out there, and that's another reason why they come up with all these holidays.
Niggas are spending money in the summer.
Right.
Not like they are in the winter.
You know, fourth quarter is a thing.
May not be buying things, but they're spending. They're spending.
But
it may be the same, but they spending.
But on record, you have more consumer spending in the winter than you do in the summer.
But you know what else too? Those poor turkeys. Cause this is the thing with black people. Y'all act like there's no other time to eat turkey. Like, why
they gonna
kill all of them turkeys at the end of the year just so y'all can do the same?
But they gonna die regardless.
Right? Turkey wings. I just had turkey wings on Friday.
You know how many turkey sandwiches get made throughout the year?
Right. It's gonna happen either way.
But we buy them in abundance.
They just know around that time of the year, like
boring ass meal.
Yeah.
Them same whack ass cousins that you don't even fuck with. For real.
Do you have that same feeling for chickens? No, you don't.
I mean
that part.
Chickens.
But chickens don't.
If you gonna feel that way, you gonna feel that way.
I don't even really eat chicken.
I eat chicken all the time.
You don't, because you eat it throughout the year, but you don't have that level of. For chickens,
right? What is
tear their ass up all through the year?
What is it about the turkeys?
They get a break during Thanksgiving.
I don't like your tongue. I don't like it.
But wait, that's
you know what? The same thing for Christmas. And I am the Grinch. And I spoil my kids all year round. So me personally, I just don't allow them to think more of Christmas. Like, that iPad Pro cost me the same.
Right.
The day before Christmas, on Christmas, and the day after that.
Well, I feel like as we get up in age, though, I feel like a lot of the holidays that used to mean so much to us when we was growing up, I feel like as we get older, it really don't mean. It's
true.
Like
we didn't know
it's
for the kids.
Like, it's for the kids.
Yeah. So no, it's for the ignorant.
So you wake up on Christmas, I know I ain't getting nothing. So, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not telling my kids don't believe
unless I do something with friends where we decide to gift exchange or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But and it'll mean so much to me to be able to buy something for my friends, and I see the reaction that they like. You know what I'm saying? Like we coming together.
Sean actually buys my kids Christmas gifts. Like, that's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, and you know, I want to say this because if you know me, you know him.
Right.
You know and for so long, people have been wanting to put us together.
It's just two attractive people, and it's like
I never really let it get under my skin because we know what it is,
right?
But like, this is like real family right here. But I want to make this point about Christmas real quick, and we're gonna get off of this. In my house, Christmas lasts about 25 minutes, and then there's shit everywhere.
Yep.
They in the room playing with some old shit. If you don't come in here and get Pokemon, I just put it
Pokemon,
3 lines, 2 Kmart. Pokemon about to go everywhere you
It's
go.
the Pokemon for me.
Pokemon.
My kids
Pokemon. All of them together.
Pokemon sound like a porn star.
You know what?
Pokemon sound like a
This
porn
why I
star.
said
Pokemon.
we gonna figure out his role in the family. I don't know what
Pokemon
it is.
sound like a porn star.
It do.
But that's my thing. And what I was saying was, I just don't want them to care about that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you blessed all year round. Let's not jump up and down about Christmas. And then you know what's crazy about Christmas? As soon as that's over, we already into the new year.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you almost don't even get to experience it.
I like it.
But even
course
the
you do.
experience, sometimes
But
it's
I am
like
the Grinch.
you lose.
I like
Like
it for
I
my
said.
kids.
What's-
Right.
I'm the
So
Grinch.
sometimes you lose the experience because you're so worried about what am I get this person and do. And it's like sometimes it's like let's just enjoy each other, like be thankful. But then you so worried about what you're gonna get and all that. It takes away from it. Sometimes.
It's been too much emphasis put on like
Right.
you have to get gifts.
Yes,
you have to get it.
yes,
I get it.
yes.
I totally get it.
And
But I
y'all
still
full
like
of
it.
shit. Y'all full of shit because
like it.
half of the black people gonna say Christmas is about gifts. The other half gonna say Christmas is about what?
Jesus.
Niggas
They
get
say
up and go to
Jesus is the reason for the
church.
season.
They talking about it's Jesus' birthday. How you know that?
Right.
You
I
was
feel
not
like
there.
I feel different about
Right.
Christmas period, like with the whole pagan and all that. But I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. I feel like I'm kind of stuck in a tradition way of it. But if we're talking spiritual, I have my different feelings on what it really means. But they put glitter on it. But we'll talk about that a different
The
day
hour of
because
power.
my
But
mind
even-
is on
even-
I'm
something
going to
else.
get decorations. I'm putting up my tree because I like the way it makes me feel.
Even from a
I
financial
appreciate
point,
that.
though,
Yeah,
Go
cause
ahead. Speak on it, Tay.
Even from a financial point though, look how many parents go broke
I
just to
know.
get gifts.
That's choice.
Like
That's a choice
and
though.
like a lot of these parents, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a financials person, so a lot of these parents are already in debt.
Facts.
Now, like I said, the wintertime is when you're gonna go into most debt.
Right.
So now you dishing out all this money. So in the next year, that first quarter, it's already putting you behind.
No, 'cause
Robbing
they waiting on
Peter
their
to pay
taxes.
Paul
They waiting
just
on
so
their
your
taxes.
kids can get.
So can I
some.
ask a question?
Yes.
Being that you don't have children yet,
Yes.
when it comes time for you to have children, what are you gonna do when it comes Christmas time?
When it
Okay,
comes to
okay.
Christmas times, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lessen the amount of gifts that I'm gonna give them, and I'm gonna give them something that's gonna be more beneficial, like some stocks. Like my kids ain't gonna be tripping if they get 1 or 2 toys.
I get that,
That's
but
my
they're
kids.
still children.
Right.
They're still children who go to school, who see things, and they want things. So when and not saying that they should be influenced by what they see, but they're still children. So what do you do when you say it's Christmas? I got you some stocks, and they like, but I wanted a truck.
I think his
that's
point was if he gonna spend the money, it's gonna be.
it's gonna be balanced.
But
I'm
if
not-
they're
I
used to that,
agree.
they feel like they're not missing nothing.
Right.
If they used to being grown up, like they
Okay,
grow
I
up
see
that
that.
way, and this is
Right,
the way my
right.
dad handled it, they don't feel like they're missing anything.
Which is how my kids see it. Like I'm able to say, "What do y'all want for Christmas?" I think this year my little one said Barbies, my other one said a makeup kit. It was like really minimal, and I appreciated that. And I even asked them like, "Are we doing a Christmas tree this year?" And they'll be like, "No, I'll be fine. That's
Right,
less
right,
shit
right.
I have to do. That's
Less
less shit I have to
pressure.
take down." Because I'm the type of person, my tree gonna be up the spring.
Till
I'm
spring,
gonna plan on putting it down, taking it down every week, and it's just not gonna happen. Next thing you know, it's Valentine's Day. I still got the Christmas tree in the back of my pictures.
Yeah.
It just don't work for my house. That's all I'm saying.
that's just on you that you didn't take it down.
But I do let my children participate because you can't escape it. The world is participating in Christmas, so I don't ruin it for them. I just don't emphasize it.
a good balance.
just feel
Right.
like it's
Agreed.
unnecessary. So those are just some of the traditions that, you know, on here. Don't come to me with this. Okay? I'm letting y'all know if you want to be in a new family, that's how you got to do shit. Okay?
So don't get you nothing for Christmas.
So don't get you nothing.
I accept
But
gifts.
look how it switch up.
You ain't got to get to me on Christmas. The day after is just as nice.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Or the day before.
Or randomly.
Or randomly. That I appreciate it. It's the same for me.
I feel that.
But anyway, the new family. I just love that. I can't get enough of that. Hashtag the new family. I wanted to echo in y'all brains after y'all finished watching this. But I'm single.
Oh, let's get into that.
So
But no. Seriously.
She put that in there.
I'm single, like single. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not kind of fucking with nobody. I'm not conversing with anybody. I'm not in any text relationships. I'm not sexting. Like I finally decided like to really be single and I'm not waiting and hoping.
No sneaky
Praise
links.
God.
No sneaky links.
Okay.
And I love that for me because I'm queen sneaky link. I'm just playing. I'm really just playing.
Nah, she for real.
She
She for real.
I'm really
Nah.
I just took, man.
Y'all can
Truth
see it
is
in
in
my
there.
face.
She for real.
That I'm
she
just
did.
joking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She for real.
The truth
But
is in
no.
there.
So how do y'all feel about the climate of dating? I really want to hear specifically from the guys. Like, what is dating for guys right now? How do you see it?
At this point, I don't even know.
Right.
So much has changed.
Right.
And I think that's why I be so turned off.
But no, what do you think has changed? Like, people say that, like, everything's so different, but
you
it's
gotta
like, talk
understand,
about
it's
that.
society.
Right.
Society plays a big role in how this dating stuff go.
Then what are the changes?
The changes is you right here telling basic jakes they look good and they whack.
But what if they do look
We
good?
don't
They
tolerate
might be
that
pretty,
type
but
of
they
shit.
still basic. And
Okay,
I feel like
okay.
us as men, we the ones who build that ego up for them. That when they approach, they you know what I'm saying. And all about is money.
Right.
You gotta pay my bills, like you know what I'm saying. Like do this, do that. Okay, well we need a haircut. Send me some money.
Right.
I go to work tomorrow. Can I get a couple $2 for some lunch?
So you
So you say he
are
boosts the
you a
ego.
traditional type of guy, or you think you more on a modern side? When I say traditional, kind of like the man pursues and the man pays and the man provides and protects. Do you still subscribe to what it is to be a traditional man, or are you kind of like, I don't fuck with that no more? Like that's not how we about to do it anymore. Where you fall at?
I need somebody that's gonna balance me out. I ain't trying to
So
say
you don't want to do all of the.
nah.
You not with.
I'm gonna put it like
initiating.
this. I know what I bring to the table, and you're not just coming to sit there to eat.
Right.
Oh,
I think it's only fair. It's only fair that
100%.
way.
100%.
Okay, wait.
Brittany got something to say.
Let's hear from my boy up there.
I definitely feel like dating is tainted. You know what I'm saying? Like society, people's societal standards on dating, man, is like crazy. Like
What do
all
you
women,
feel?
all the women are about now is the money. All the guys about is getting some sex.
Now,
Right.
are you one of
He said
those
all,
guys that like what kind of guy are you?
What kind of guy am I when it comes to dating?
Yeah.
Like I look for balance, and not just financial, but I'm talking about spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, like and sexually. Like if you can't balance me in those areas, it's like why am I messing with you?
Right.
If you're not
only
teachable,
right.
why am I messing with
She
you?
about to piss her pants. Let me let her speak, and I'm gonna come back to you.
Okay.
Back to the question of why you think dating is different. Society is different. Back when we were like teenagers or in our 20s, like you had to actually go out,
Right.
meet people, talk to people. Now you can literally send a DM and get to know somebody.
In
You can have
person.
conversations over messaging.
But is that a negative?
I'm
Yes.
not saying it is. I'm just saying the difference. The difference. It was like you really had back then. You had to do work. You had to really get to know somebody on a personal, like face-to-face level.
Well, first
now
you
you
had
don't
to
have
see
to do
them.
that.
Yeah.
You have to do it now. It's like I can get to know you. And I'm just texting you like,
Or I can get to know you or think I know you
I
through
fly
what you
you
exactly,
post.
Right.
exactly.
I
But
fly
do
you
they?
out.
That's why I
Put
say
in the work.
that's the difference.
Right.
That's the difference that I see. Is that it's you have more access now to
Yeah.
people than you did. Like you don't have to go out.
I don't
and
think that's a bad thing.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying the difference is the access. Back there, you had to actually put in the work. Now you can literally just scroll.
I'm saying, but I'm asking, like, how do you think that impacts dating
I
or
feel,
the? You
I
know
feel
what
like
I'm
it's
saying?
very impersonal because
Yeah.
now you notice that a lot of guys and women can't even carry a conversation,
Right.
An intelligent conversation.
And that's very weird. And
Right.
I've even encountered that myself where it's like, you do all of this to get my attention, and now you have my full undivided attention,
Don't
and
know
it's
what to do
like
with it.
crickets.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm really sitting there like, well, I thought you had something to say. You
Right.
act like you did, and I'm thinking to myself like, well, is he nervous or is he just?
But see, I
an
think what
introvert
it
and his
is, honestly,
courage is
though, I
online?
think what it is honestly, and I think I've told you this before. You have to understand, you're an attractive woman. There's a lot of attractive women out here that's always on the scene.
right.
And so any guy who knows that you're attractive woman, you're not on the scene like that, but you know niggas that want you,
Right.
they gonna get your attention. And then when they have attention, they're not gonna know what to
like-
do with it because they feel like they
Exactly.
got you.
Right.
But you
You
could
know
have
what I'm saying?
cashed out me for my own meal.
So that's how you
Since you
feel?
wanted to be nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like with social media and all of these other things, like even text messaging, it makes
Yeah.
people socially awkward. Yes. So like when it's time to
see them
get in somebody's face, they don't know how to carry a conversation. They don't know how to keep interest.
Yes. They're able to say shit that they really wouldn't say in person. Yeah. So then when I get in person, the chemistry is all.
Sometimes people's personalities a certain way on social media, and then you see them in person. It's like, that's not the person that I saw. Who are you?
Can I say?
Go ahead.
Like last night, I went and had myself a dinner and a drink by myself. And this guy.
It wasn't by herself because she was on the phone with me the whole time.
But physically, it was by myself.
Go off.
So this guy, he was sat beside me, and he passed me his phone. He just had a note written out on his phone like, "Hey, I think you're pretty cool. Like, we should get to know each other." I was like,
next.
That's interesting because you couldn't say that.
Right.
Next.
Weird.
Now, well, what if you were weird? How would you have?
He could have
been
Jeffrey
What if he was
Dahmer.
attractive though, and he did that? What if he had all of what you look for in a person, and he did that? Would it have been weird, or would it have been a great night?
It still would have shook me a little bit because it's like you can't. If you can type it, you can say it.
I would have been like, "Yo, scary."
If you can't say it, it's like, why can't you say it? Right. I'm a vocal person, so it's like, we probably not gonna work.
Right.
But I found it very interesting. I think he was one of God's children.
You know what? I think one of the issues with dating, I really don't think people have taken the time to figure out what they want out of a relationship. I think everybody thinks togetherness. At a certain age, you got to be with somebody. By this time, it's got to be this, it's got to be that. But everybody has a different reason for why they want a relationship. Like some women really are looking to be saved. But that don't mean they looking to manipulate. They really just want a more traditional role. They're looking for a provider. And I still don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then you got some women that's balling financial, it's not a financial need anymore. So why is that still a part of your criteria? I think you have to iron it out for yourself. Right. What you looking for your own reason, and fuck everybody else and what they doing, because you don't know what's going on behind they doors. You see them smiling in a picture and you assume happiness.
So did you say saved or safe?
I'm on the saved part too.
So saved, I feel like that is a negative connotation because to be saved means you're in danger. It means you need help.
Well, but do you think it's anything wrong with that for the man who?
Yeah, I do.
But what about the man who has his shit together and he don't really need you to bring anything to the table?
I feel like being saved is wrong because being saved can honestly skew your perception because now you need to be saved. Now it becomes a money thing because now you're hurting financially. You know what I'm saying?
It can be more than just money. Exactly. It could be you have past traumas you need to heal and you want somebody to come in and like
love you
the way.
Security.
But personally, I feel like you should heal and overcome that yourself so you can come whole to that person. 100%. I can expect you to come and validate me and save me, and I'm already broken, and I need to handle my own shit.
But don't that sound like you're basically dependent on another person for your happiness?
Correct.
Well,
and I don't agree with that.
A lot of dating right now is codependent because people haven't identified what they need specifically, but they still out here dating. Like I had somebody say, and I'm just going to use myself for an example. I told somebody I wasn't dating right now. I'm not seeing it. I'm not open to that. And he's like, well, I ain't say we had to date. It don't have to be anything serious. And in my mind, I'm thinking, then what is it? You understand? Like, and then I text him, I said, would you want to be like a platonic friend or like a cousin? Like we kicking it?
Like what we doing?
You know what I'm saying? And I think that mentality, it don't have to be nothing serious. We just going with the flow. It's like, nigga, what do you want?
Right.
What do you want? Because maybe what you want, I'm not willing to give at all. Maybe I don't need no more platonic friends. I got Sean. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really fuck with a platonic thing because a lot of times, in my experience, I'll just say from my experience, men aren't able to just be friends. It's like they always waiting in the wings for that opportunity.
And honestly, I'm gonna have to say something about that because I feel like I use my, you attractive. I'm a man. I feel like
he never calls me attractive. He says, well, you ain't ugly.
He said you was attractive twice.
That's how he give me a compliment. He
but
never
what I'm saying is, I feel like you have to be a mature adult to actually be able to be friends with the female and not try to hump them.
Right.
I'm a mature man.
But why can't Sean be a perfect example that can be possible?
And honestly, I'm able to have. I mean, ain't gonna lie, I had a female friend that I've tried, but that's because that's her friend.
Right.
I see how you do, so let me see. Can I? And there was a turn down, but at that point I said, well, shoot.
We just kicking
it then.
Oh.
But it's come to a point. But then I feel like as a man, you know who you can take it there with.
Right.
As a female friend, I wouldn't dare try her. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's my friend, I know it. That's just you. As men, we know who we can try and who we can't try as a man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see these girls and how they carry themselves. I might got a chance with that. You know, so they go ahead and see. You know.
Yeah.
But are you suggesting that you don't have a chance?
I'm not saying that, but I just feel like as a man, I can actually be platonic friends with the female without
very
trying to
well, might I add. And that's I do believe men and women can be friends because I'm in a friendship with a platonic friendship. So I definitely believe in the possibility. But like I said, in my experience, they always gotta let you know in some way. I'm like, what you want to eat? Shit, you really want to know? Nigga, no. I want food. What do you want to eat? So it's always that little something. And for me, it automatic X mark because I can't trust you to really be my friend. I feel like you always saving that little moment for yourself. Right. You X'd out. So I said, niggas, quit. I don't want no friends right now. I'm not.
So you haven't really seen that outside of Shine?
No.
Okay.
And that's why I rely so heavily on my family, like my guy cousins. Like those are people that I can go to and have real genuine conversation. They don't want nothing from me. I don't want nothing from them. Oh, cool nigga, he gonna try to make sure he maintain his cool just in case he get an opportunity. He not gonna keep it 100 with me. He ain't gonna tell me about all the girls he really messing with. Like he's still gonna paint a good enough picture that I might just get you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So is it the cool ones with all the tenacity, or is it the how
all
you try the ugly ones too? Even the ugly ones?
No, the ugly ones too.
Damn.
The turtle too.
I used to think
The turtle too.
Shut up. I used to think that it was a such thing as good guys. I used to think that.
Right.
I was dumb, right?
No, I ain't gonna say that.
No.
I
You
was dumb for
those were
but
your
this is what I mean.
experiences.
This is what I mean by good guys. I thought that there was like this category of guys that, you know, they ain't really on the scene. They ain't really that nigga in no space. They demure, wholesome.
They ain't got a lot of followers.
I like those though.
They got followers.
The ones that ain't
I
on the
thought
scene.
I like that. It's not real.
I do.
They still have dicks.
Gosh,
But there are men like that though.
I like men like
in
that.
every arena, there are good, genuine guys from the richest to the poorest. And let me say this, I do not think all men cheat. I'm not one of those girls. So when I speak from experiences, it's not cheating trauma because somebody done dogged me out. It's just, I'm always speaking about the possibilities. I done been around the world. I got clients in multiple countries. Amen.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Put it out there.
I say that to say I'm speaking from the experiences of people around me, not just my own shit. So no, I do not think all men cheat, but I think there are ain't shit niggas in every category and really good guys in every category. And good guys, it's not a thing.
But do you think once a cheater, always a cheater?
No, I don't think that. Do you think that?
Can I please say this?
Please.
And ain't shit guys. It's across every culture.
Every
like
culture.
we gotta stop just putting that on the black man. Oh,
Yes.
ain't
Do
shit.
they
just put it on the black
White men ain't shit. Asians ain't shit.
Yeah.
They be so much.
Muslims ain't
They
shit.
just leave their families. And just start
like you
doing
got ain't shit family.
Like nothing
ain't
ever
shit guys
happened.
everywhere. So
Like,
we gotta stop.
You don't know that.
Putting that stigma on black
we
men
really
and black
do.
women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's causing a divide.
It
man.
is.
And that's
But you know
another
what?
thing.
I'm glad you said
And
that
dating,
too,
that's
because I often ask guys that I know, and usually y'all, the people personally in my life, have you cheated on every woman you ever been with?
Have you cheated on every man
I
you've been
asked
with?
so many men this: have you cheated on every woman you ever been with in every relationship? And usually they say yes. Usually they say yes, and I'm only saying this to say I want black men to be accountable for the way we feel when it comes to that. Most women have been cheated on in every single relationship. That's a fact. You get what I'm saying?
Fact.
It's a fact. Not really a fact, but it's close.
Majority.
Majority.
I kinda-
98.
Yes.
98%.
I said 5.
98.9.
99.
I kinda
99
feel
for me.
like most
That
women-
1% is
I kind of
rare.
feel like most women have cheated too, though.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
No,
You know
it's
how
the
whole-
same.
Can I say?
It's
can I
the
say
same.
this? I feel like most women have cheated, not physically, emotionally.
Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's
That's
still
deeper.
cheating.
That's
You
deeper,
cannot
though.
categorize. You can't say for men cheating is sexual, and for women like
No, but it's all around still cheating.
You don't think those are like two totally different weights?
Nah, because cheating is cheating. And I'm gonna tell you why. Most physical cheating for a woman starts off emotionally. Like a woman is more vested when she's giving herself to somebody emotionally versus physically. I feel like
I can honestly agree to that. I can also agree with you that emotional cheating is cheating. Like I feel like it's cheating because I can remember personally, and I'm not gonna tell y'all all my business because I don't even know y'all like that.
That's what we're here for.
I don't know y'all like that just yet. Y'all
no judgment. Cousins. You said no judgment,
right? So don't judge me. But I'm saying I can remember a time when I was unfulfilled, and I honestly felt like if I had the chance to cheat, that I would feel better.
Right.
Now, just so happen I ain't get none. Like I didn't get to physically cheat, but hearing from this guy, him texting my phone lit my soul up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really got me by. Like I needed that shit, and it was dead wrong because if I thought that he felt like that about somebody, it would crush me. Like it honestly would crush me. But it wouldn't crush me half as much as he put his penis in somebody else.
But wait a minute. Let me pause you. So now y'all didn't lead the sex, right?
No, we never got there.
But if he would have kept putting it on you emotionally, it would have led there.
We would have got there.
Right. And so it didn't. So even though the physical never happened, what he was getting your heart with, what he was making those deposits in your soul with, was the emotional standpoint. Yeah,
I wanted to put it on him.
And the fact that he was able to connect like that is cheating.
Right, emotionally, right.
But
the fact she let him in like that is
still not worse because this is what happens when you cheat physically. I think we breeze over this whole energetic thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you are literally swapping energetic forces with a person when you do that. And so a lot of times what you feel from a person is not even your own shit. And so not only does he go and cheat physically, but if he does so unprotected, it swaps with any and everybody she dealing with, any and everybody they're dealing with, and they're dealing with. And it's like, all it takes is one time. It takes is one time. And so cheating is cheating, but I still believe that physically cheating is a violation that I don't think I'm willing to come back from. And I used to be very fluid about if cheating was a deal breaker. At times it wasn't. And even at times I've even considered polygamy. I think I'm built for it. I think I'm able to, shut certain things off. Do I want it? I'm to a point like, no, I don't want to share. I don't want anybody in the way of what I want. Even if it's just conversation. I don't want you to be with your other woman, or even if I know about it, I just don't want that. So I don't judge it. I don't think anything's wrong with it. It's just not my style. But when it comes to the physical part, it's like, I need somebody that's committed to my well-being.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Rubber or no rubber, don't bring me nothing back from nobody. Not no attitude, no mood, no inconsistency, none of that shit. Keep it to yourself.
So would you rather for somebody to cheat on you physically or emotionally?
That's a good question.
Well, I would rather them not cheat on me at all. But if I had to choose, I would say protected sex.
Over the emotional.
Yeah.
But
really?
Sex can mean nothing.
That's why I would rather have
emotionally, if somebody has your mind, I feel like you're more connected.
Yeah.
So then it's like it's a bigger lose. If somebody got your head, it's like they over here.
Cause I'm in a couple niggas' heads.
Right.
I'm on your ass like glitter. You hear me?
And then you good.
But that's
deeper. Get on you, but you can't get it off. Hard to get it off.
That's deeper though.
That's deeper to me, and I don't want that. Matter of fact, with me being single, I don't even want to come into somebody's life where they haven't resolved their old shit.
Right.
I don't want to come in on those stale feelings for somebody and some uncertainty about them, because you never know if they resurface what that's gonna do. True. So it's like, clear the table, and then I can come sit down. Like I don't want no mingling of nothing. No genitals, no feelings, no conversation. Don't ask her how she doing. Don't ask her how her kids are. I'm one of those. Don't play with me. Hey, not even a little bit.
I agree. I can't even say that I'm not on that standpoint. I agree.
So that just shows you how deep the emotional cheating goes.
Yeah.
For us not to characterize it as cheating, that is a huge part of cheating.
But you know what I feel like too is a cop out. Men, y'all always say physical cheating, like that's a thing, but y'all be loving bitches too. Like, let's stop acting like it's just sex. It don't be just sex, especially when it's extended. It can turn into an affair easily, but now we call it sneaky link.
Right.
That ain't no sneaky link. That's your girl.
That's your jank.
That's your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you love her.
So let me ask you a question. As a female, and you have a guy, what would you think his reasoning for cheating on you would be? What are you doing that you feel like is his reason for going out and cheating? Or do it necessarily have to be something that you're doing? It might be just something that he's, I
would wonder. I would wonder what he was missing from me. But where I am now, I know that it don't got shit to do with me. And I'm the type of lover where if you feeling anything, you can come tell me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally open to all of that shit. So I couldn't give it a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I made this shit too easy. You could have come and said what it was. And if you felt like it was something that you needed that I'm not giving you, let me go.
But what if he communicated that with you, but you didn't make the change?
I think that would be my fault.
But do you think that if it's one, like, in a relationship, it's more than just one thing? So it's like you said, like, if it's something that I'm not giving you, let me go. Most people are not willing to let you go off of one thing because, like, a legitimate relationship is not built off of one thing.
But I'm saying to the extent that you feel like you have to cheat and go get it, I want to be let go because I don't want to be in the mix of that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it has nothing to do with me. That's just a great excuse that people use.
True, but it could have everything to do with you too.
Right.
It could go either way. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's just dependent on the person and their situation. It could have everything to do with you and nothing to do with you.
That's
and
why
I do believe that some people it has nothing to do with their mate. Some people are they just want to do that. They like doing that.
Right.
And some people it's like it's just like it's a void. It's like
I agree.
It's not there.
And I used to have really, really big, rigid opinions about this. Like, I felt like if a nigga cheated, he ain't shit. He don't give a fuck about nothing. That's literally how I used to look at it. And now I'm like, it's so many nuances to that.
But at what point do you hold yourself accountable? Like, if he came to you and said, this is the scenario, and you didn't change it,
I would hold myself completely accountable. It still doesn't mean that I'm willing to stay because what it would take to rebuild that trust, I don't even know if it's worth the fight to get there.
Right.
Me pretending that I trust you when you leave, knowing that I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know if I'm willing to go through the cleanup.
But it's like, it's a hard task. But when you look at society, you look at dating, you look at the whole spectrum, it's like, I could very well move on to somebody else and do the same thing to me that I still don't trust. I got to learn somebody new that I don't trust from the beginning. It's like you starting over with somebody new, and I'm not saying you deal with it like you just settle, but it's like if I built something with you and us as being human beings and something like you had a mistake or something happened, because to think that we're gonna go through life and be perfect is unrealistic.
Right? But you know what? Mistakes. Cheating is not a mistake. It's a violation. I feel like it's a wrong, but it's most definitely a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not give anybody the past of a mistake or you did what the fuck you did, and however long it took, you was there getting your ass nailed to the bed. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That's
no different. I feel like it's no different than if we do, like, mistake is just mistake. So like if we smoking too much and we drive, or we drink and drive, like, it's a choice.
Definitely.
Granted, like we in our minds, it's not meant to kill somebody and hurt somebody. It's a choice. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna drive. Like,
it's just a poor choice. It's a poor choice with its own set of consequences.
Right, but I don't think that it demonizes somebody to the point where, I'm not saying you're saying that, but that people can't come back from, that they can't redeem themselves, that they did not have a bad moment where they made a bad choice, and it's like, I fucked up because I just made a bad choice. That's not who I am. I don't want to be defined by a moment or a mistake or a choice, because we're not defined by that. Because if we were defined by the choices we make, a lot of us would be out of the game early on.
But at what point is it like enough? Is it like a repetitive behavior, Or are you like, it's
right? Like, is it 10 times or 1 time? Like,
right.
But I
do you
think
get out?
it's subjective. It's subjective to the relationship, subjective to the person.
What do y'all think? At being men, walk me through this. If you cheated on your woman, and let's say she is the problem. Let's say she problematic, bad attitude, whatever. Don't give you no sex or whatever.
Okay.
When you make the decision to cheat, what is behind that? Like, what excuse do you give yourself, or what justification do you give yourself to do that? And what does it mean for her?
I can speak. I lived in a household where my daddy was cheating on my mama.
Right.
I mean, for a while.
Right.
I mean, and my mama loved my dad with everything that, regardless of was there. She took them vows that she said in front of everybody seriously, but he didn't. He always cheated, but she always stayed. But I never understood that, but I always wondered, like, well, dang, if she was everything to him, why is he still going out here doing what he was doing?
And that's what I mean. Like, I want to be walked through the whole, like, I got a good woman at home, but this woman is so bad,
But I mean, and see, that's another thing that I don't understand, that I always try to wonder. And it's me as a man, I really don't get it. I mean, because I guess we men, we know what we doing.
Right.
But also, I try to understand as a woman, with women knowing that this person that you cheating with got a whole nother family, how can you be okay with continuing to keep?
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, some men, we hold ourselves accountable because we know what we got at home.
Right.
But at the same time, this woman do too, but she's continuing to do. She just continuing to do it, and it's like, how you not?
It's what you just said, though, that is my biggest question. When you said, I mean, we know what we doing. It's a choice. Mm-hmm. What, you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you feel like I'm going to just do this because I can? Or is it like a real need? Or is it the temptation? Is so,
all of it.
I think it'll be a weak moment. I think it's temptation.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a black or white thing. You can't pinpoint just one reason why. Exactly. I feel like, now I can tell you some of the main reasons why men cheat. One of them is boredom. One of them is because men are creatures of variety. Always have been, even since the beginning of the time. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But what's so wrong with saying that? And I don't mean to cut you off. Like, why don't men just say, I need more than one woman, and stand on it?
Because for one, in the society that we live in, that's taboo.
Taboo.
I get that, but just think about it. Polygamy just really came on the scene like in the past 5 to 10 years. So people in the United States, that isn't our culture. But you go to Africa, you go to the Middle East, these cats is cool with it. Yeah, I got 3 women, I got 3 wives, 4 wives.
I could so respect them, and this is me, and this is just my own personal emotional evolution. I would really respect the man that says, I like you. I may even love you. I find you really attractive. Blah, 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 blah. All the fixings. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be with one woman.
But how far would that get him?
Respect that more
how far? But realistically, with
a women, nigga like me,
with the women, yes, that's you. But with the women in society, how far would that really get him?
But it would get you where you need to be with who you need to be there with.
Honestly, you think that.
It wouldn't get him far.
Honestly, we think that. But it's a lot of women that if a man's providing, they're doing this or that, they would be cool with it.
Tell me.
They would be
so
there's some women who would be cool with it.
So let me get this straight. If I can pay your bills, I could cheat on you.
Well, that's kind of, but that's a great,
you know what I'm saying?
It depends the fact that it is like that in a lot of instances.
In society right now, that's how it is. I know a few hoes right now.
Hoes? Why they gotta be hoes?
Look, forgive me for calling them hoes.
That's their standard.
Forgive me for calling them hoes. I know a few sophisticated women.
Now they sophisticated.
Sophisticated women.
As a noun.
I know a few sophisticated women.
Right.
That let they guy that know they guys out here cheating, right? But they stand with the guy because of what he provides. He an insurance policy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like even men have taken that on. Like, if I pay the bills, I kind of can afford to cheat.
I don't like that because it's kind of like I'm doing this for you, so you play your position and shut up.
But that goes. Honestly, that goes back to the beginning of time where men did the work. They went out and did the work. Women were at home.
I'll say it like this: I feel like in today's society, in this climate of dating that we've created, it's kind of unspoken that if I am the breadwinner that affords me the possibility or the opportunity to cheat. And it should be okay because you're secured.
Right.
And I don't understand how you got to understand when it comes to this cheating, the risk involved in there. Like it's not just this thing. It's like it's real shit floating around that you could potentially bring to your partner because you make the money. Like it was worth it because you make the bread. You get what I'm saying? And to me, that's the part that's just like, I can't go for that. I really cannot go for that. So for me, that's why I say for me specifically, cheating at this age with my understanding is a deal breaker for me because I don't see how you feel like anybody was worth my health potentially.
But what if they're not compromising your health?
How are you not compromising my health?
If they're being conscious enough to protect themselves.
Rubbers don't protect you from everything.
That's true, but if they're conscious enough to be protective, you still...
It's always... and this is what I mean. It only takes one time. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you sleeping with 7 or 8 people. It could be this one person that you think is so clean and so beautiful that ruined my life.
Right.
Because you pay the bills. And to me, that's unfair. And that's that's poor judgment. So I would not trust you to lead me any further. Because you're willing to sink this whole ship for some ass.
Yeah. Right. I feel that.
That's right at home. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, protect me enough to leave me alone. That's all I'm asking for. Like, let's just be fair. That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
So, I think we had enough for today.
But you think a lot of times people are like, I also think that people don't want to interrupt their, like, they want to uproot their family. Like, well, you're not giving me sex, so I'm just going to leave you and leave my whole family, break up everything that I've built because you're not giving me sex. But people are not willing to work towards anything either. They're not willing to do the work.
I feel both parts of what you said, but I am one of those people that's another thing that I want to dead in the new family is the 2-parent home is not the solution. Some of the worst motherfuckers I know came from 2-parent homes.
Some of the best.
And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm saying that is not the marker for raising good people. I will say, and I did a research paper on it. I did a paper on this in class, and I was defending my point. I feel like a lot of times 2-parent home does provide financial stability, career success for individuals. Emotionally, if you get that wrong, you get it wrong. And a lot of times you get it wrong twice.
But that's not always the case.
It's not always the case.
You do have 2-parent homes where they're getting abundance of love from one side to the other side. You might get love from here,
and there is the extreme as well. So keeping the family together for the sake of the relationship is not always what's best for the family.
If there's not any structure and there's not like like you can have a family where it's like we're together, but we have a structure. We're building this with our family. Like at the end of the day, like we want to create a foundation for our kids.
And I feel you on that. And I'll say this just to wrap up this whole thing. Just because we're a family doesn't mean we're in a relationship.
I wholeheartedly agree.
So on that, we're going to pick up next episode. Everybody, please follow WWJD the Podcast Instagram page and also subscribe on YouTube.
All right,
WWJD the Podcast. And we will see y'all next time.
What does WWJD stand for?
What would Joanne do?
Okay.